teach you how to easily propagate elderberry. Right here I got some branches, got a pretty good bit of them. Elderberry is quite easy to propagate by cutting. So some things you to notice in here, right, these are your nodes where you have these points or leaves, and that's where you'll get new growth out of and roots from. So you need at least two for cutting, one in the soil and one out to be your growths. So I like to see if I get two minimum or three, but two is fine. And you want to strip all your leaves off and then make a fresh cut and put it in the soil with the fresh cut. You can use rooting hormone or rooting powder. It may add a tiny bit of success to it, but I think mostly it's just going to make it go faster, but it's not necessary. But it will help though. But I don't use it most of the time. So you got like branches like this. You would want to cut. See right here. You're going to do another cut closer to your node. So that's a little bit far. So I'd cut it again like right here. And then right here. So you get two nodes. Bam. Or you can go with three. Cut it there. And then you got about 6 inches of coconut coir perlite. It's about 70% coconut coir, 30% perlite. You want that inert soil. Now I do have a couple leaves fell in here when I was outside, so it might not be 100% inert from the leaves, but I don't think that's going to hurt it. Basically, this doesn't have the nutrients in it to really make it grow. All of your root growth and your stem growth is just going to be what's stored in your cutting. So you want to see some stem growth come out of here. You're going to leave it in this for a few weeks, probably 3 to 4 weeks in here, and then we're going to transfer it over to a pot with good potting soil, and that will make it start really growing fast. Elderberry grows crazy fast. Now if you see that it's just grown really fast in 2 weeks, that's okay, you can repot it. The point here is just to get it started. It's not going to take it very far. Here's some. This has some leaves in it too, but see, it's just really fluffy. You don't want it to be compacted. It needs to hold moisture, so you got to keep it damp, but it needs aeration too. The aeration is what really makes the roots grow. So I've been propagating cuttings for a couple years now. Here's some of the elderberries I did a few months ago. The ones I just showed you were native elderberries. These are Adams elderberry, but they all should root the same way, same method. And they grow quite fast. The roots grow pretty quick. So then you're going to want to transfer it into a 4-inch pot. These are more like 6-inch pots. These have already been repotted. And then in about another couple months, every couple months or so, up pot them next size up, because they grow really fast. You put them in the ground, they're going to grow even faster. So I think really the biggest keys: keep it moist but not completely soaked, but the perlite really helps you from over soaking it. It's going to pretty much prevent that. You also want to really look at temperature. If you're doing this outside, you want your temperatures to be between 60 and 90, not above 90 and not below 60. Ideally you're constant around 75 degrees, but that's not very practical unless you have a closed environment. But the biggest thing, really put that in the shade. If you put this in the sun, your success rate is going to plummet. You put that in the shade, full shade if you can. Then once you move it to with soil, then you could put it in the sun over time. And but put these fresh cuttings in the full shade and you'll be good to go.